Hey guys, this is Gossip Girl PK and today's video is going to be an empties video. Today I'll be talking about a few products that I've used up over the past few months, I would say. And I'm just going to give you my overall thoughts about those products, let you know whether or not I thought they were worth the price tag and whether or not I'm going to be repurchasing them. So I do like to keep a nice little bucket in my makeup closet that is dedicated to throwing away empty products. So every time I use up a product, I just throw it in here and I have it filled to the top. So I knew that this was high time I needed to film an empties video. This bucket has a smiley face on it. I don't know if you can tell, but that's very appropriate for empties because I feel like that's one of the most satisfying feeling as a makeup junkie spending so much money on makeup. It's one of the most satisfying things to see yourself use some of that makeup up. And I don't know about you, but I personally love these videos. Empties videos are some of my favorite beauty videos to watch on YouTube because I feel like someone who has used an entire product is in a good position to tell me whether or not this product was worth their money. And so now that I personally have used up all of these products, I am in a good position to let you know whether or not these were worth the price tag and whether or not I would repurchase them. So without further ado, let's jump right into this video. But before we get into it, you know what to do. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up if you too like watching empties videos. Alright, so the first empty over here is a pack of Shiseido facial cottons. This is the second one that I've used up this year. The first one I used up while I was still in Pakistan and so I threw it away there. But you get 160 facial cotton pads in it and they're pretty large, so you can really cut them into half and have twice as much of them with you because these facial cottons are pretty expensive. These are some of the most ridiculously soft facial cottons out there, and once you get hooked to these, there's no way you're going back because all the other facial cotton pads in the world are just going to feel extremely harsh on your skin and they're just going to tug at your skin for no reason. They're definitely expensive. They're $10 for facial cotton, which is a little pricey for facial cotton, but I mean, we spend so much money on all of these stupid things. Another $10 doesn't hurt, and these products are amazing. They're definitely worth it. I've already repurchased 2 new packs of them and I would highly recommend them. Up next, I've used up the Ordinary's High Spreadability Fluid Primer, and I think this is the first primer ever that I've used up within 6 months of buying it. It's very rare for me to go through primers or foundations to begin with, given that I have so many, but I did go through a couple of primers last year while I was working with on them for the project ban. But I've never ever gone through a primer so quickly after buying it. I've already repurchased it. I love this primer. This is definitely top 2 or top 3 for me. Actually, it is the best primer that I own, and I just didn't open up the new one because I knew if I opened it, I'll just start using this one alone all over again. This does everything for me, and I think Ordinary outperformed every other primer out there. High-end, low-end, drugstore, all the primers in the world. This one puts them to shame. This is the best primer out there. The price on this is incredible, and I do highly, highly recommend it. Okay, so up next is another empty that I'm extremely proud of. This is the Carmilla Color Correcting Palette, and you get a lot of product here. And again, this is the kind of product that if you've used it up, you know that you absolutely loved it. So I for sure love this product. You guys have heard me talk about it over and over and over again. I cannot seem to shut up about this product. You do see some product here, obviously, but this palette is no more usable to me because all the colors that I use or need most often for my color correction, given my skin tone and my face and all of that, are gone, are completely gone. I use this orange one to correct the darkness under my eyes. Once I went through this, I started using this for that. Sometimes I use this to highlight different areas on my face. I rarely ever use the purple one, and I'm done with the green one, which I use to correct the redness on my face. So this palette was no longer usable for me, and I cracked open the new one, so I just threw it in here with my empties because this is kind of useless to me now. But I definitely got my money's worth with this product. Absolutely loved it, and I definitely recommend it. Up next, I finished up my Cutie SUH micellar water. I talked about it in my favorites video just a couple of months ago. I talked about it after I had repurchased the newer one. You get so much product in here and it lasts you forever. I think mine lasted me about a year or so, more than a year I think. And this is the best micellar water that I've ever tried. Again, it's a Chinese product and I absolutely loved it. I haven't ever tried the Bioderma micellar water. Everyone seems to rave about it, but this one is so much more affordable. And in my opinion, it's probably just as effective because this one, in my opinion, is extremely good with cleaning your stubborn mascaras and your eyeliners and all of that stuff. So this definitely gets a thumbs up. I recommend it. I have repurchased it and I will repurchase it again once I go through the one that I currently am using. So this next product, I'm not too sure if I would like to repurchase this. Not because it's not a good product. It's a pretty decent product. This is a dry shampoo by Batiste. It's one of the most affordable dry shampoos from the drugstore. And this one is in the version coconut tropical, something like that. It smelled amazing. It's a pretty good dry shampoo, but the thing is, I don't really ever use dry shampoos. This is a tiny one, so I did go through this. But I had it for more than a year and a half before I finished this up. And I still have about 2 full-size dry shampoos in my makeup collection that I never use. So I don't know if I'll ever be needing to repurchase dry shampoo because for now I'm stocked. So I mean, maybe if I ever had to repurchase dry shampoo, I would consider this because it was pretty affordable and it did the job. But I'm personally not a big fan of dry shampoos to begin with. It did have white cast, which is again one of the things I hate about using dry shampoo. And I do wash my hair very frequently, once in 2 or 3 days, so I never really need dry shampoo. So I don't know if I'll repurchase this, but while I had it, it was a good product. Next, I went through my Innisfree Jeju Volcanic Pore Cleansing Foam. This is hands down my favorite facial cleansing foam. I used another one of this while I was in Pakistan and I'm extremely close to finishing up another one that I have in my bathroom right now. So I go through these once every 2 or 3 months. I love this. This is the only facial cleansing foam that I ever use. It's extremely good for oily skin, for acne prone skin, and I do think that it has definitely helped my skin. I haven't had a bad breakout in such a long time, and obviously skincare helps with that, but trust me, I've been super bad with putting my skincare on. So I think what is helping my skin not break out is definitely this. I love this. I absolutely love this. Cannot recommend this highly enough. And yes, I will definitely repurchase it. I have already repurchased it like a dozen times at least. I already have a new one on backup because I don't want to be without it even for a single day, and I'm very close to running out of the one that I'm currently using. I also used up a shampoo from Aussie. This is the one in volumizing, and I love the way that this smells. This smells divine. I love the smell of their products generally. I am using their conditioner currently. It smells like coconut and it smells divine. And I definitely plan on repurchasing this. I don't know when, because I did finish this up about 3 months ago and I did plan on rebuying this. But then I ended up purchasing a traditional Chinese shampoo because I had a ton of hair fall. So I'm working on that right now and that was pretty expensive. So once I go through that and if it helps, maybe I'll go ahead and repurchase that one. But if I end up not buying that one, I'll definitely go back to this because this is super affordable and extremely good and smells wonderful. Alright, so I do have a few of these makeup cleansing cloths. Again, I had so many more that I threw away in Pakistan. But right now I do have these ones from Watson, which is kind of like a drugstore hair. And they were good, not something I would consider repurchasing because I've had better. And these are by TZ Cosmetics. I really loved them. They were really good. I mean, they really took all the makeup off at the end of the day and I really enjoyed using them. The only thing is, these appear to be a little more expensive. I mean, these are super affordable. It's TZ Cosmetics, a Chinese brand. For an American consumer, this is a dream. These are such good facial cleansing wipes for such an affordable price point. But for me personally, living here in China, I do have access to even more affordable facial cleansing wipes. The only thing is you only get 20 pieces in here, which is kind of a hassle for me to buy these over and over and over again because I use my facial wipes to remove swatches. I use them to take care of my makeup and all of that. So I just think it's a hassle to buy them over and over again when I can buy other ones that have like 140 or something like that. Smaller pieces in there that are more useful for me, if you know what I mean. So I'm not saying these are bad facial wipes, but I just feel like these are not as convenient for me as other ones are, which is why I might not repurchase them, but they were really good in taking the makeup off. So maybe I would. I don't know. I'm conflicted on those. But as far as the product goes, it's a very good product. Okay, so I also used up this Origins High Potency Night Amends Moisturizer. I loved this and I definitely miss it and I do want to repurchase it. It's definitely a little pricey, but I do think it's absolutely worth the price point. It's so thick that I can only use it at night, and I think it would be ideal for someone with very, very dry skin because of how thick and how extremely enriched with moisture this little moisturizer is. So I do think I am going to repurchase. I'm just going to use up other moisturizer samples and stuff like that I have in my collection, and once I'm out of all of them, I'm definitely going to go ahead and buy this because I absolutely loved it while I had it. Up next, I have gone through this deluxe sample of the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Bum Bum Cream. It smells so good. It smells so good. It's a body butter, and I especially used it on my feet because that's where I get the deadliest of skins. So I used it there and my feet were extremely soft and plump while I was using this. It was a pretty generous deluxe sample because this lasted me a good 2 or 3 weeks if I'm not wrong. And I'm really excited to get my hands on this again. I might not have repurchased it with my own money because it is expensive for body butter. I mean, I don't exactly need it in my life, but it's very good. So I'm happy to have it in my life again. And luckily we got an even bigger sample of this in one of the previous BoxyCharms. I haven't got my hands on it yet because it's still at my sister's place in USA. But anyways, I digress. I am excited to get my hands on it again because it is a wonderful, wonderful body butter. It's just a little on the expensive side and I would probably not think about spending all that money on body butter. Anyways, next is something that's really not very exciting. Just a deodorant stick that I went through. This is by Dove. But I like these. They're effective at keeping the body odor at bay. I've already repurchased them several times and I'll keep repurchasing them. I am using the Tarte deodorant sticks now and I like them and I love how fresh they smell, but I don't think they are as effective in keeping the body odor at bay as these Dove ones are. So that's something. I think the Tarte ones are just so expensive. The Dove ones are pretty affordable and these are definitely more effective in my humble opinion. Alright, next I've gone through 2 mascaras. This is the Flamingo mascara. It's a Chinese mascara. I went through it. I loved it. It was kind of like those tubing mascaras that was very easy to take off. I personally like using waterproof mascaras just because I need to pray during the day. They are extremely difficult to take off at the end of the day, but still, because they are a little more resistant to water, I like using them even in my day-to-day life. And this was definitely a very nice mascara because it didn't rub off with water. It stayed put every time I washed my face for my prayer, and at the end of the night it was pretty cool because I could just rub my eyes with a little warm water and it would just come off in tubes, and I absolutely loved that experience because taking off a waterproof mascara is kind of not something you look forward to. And this next one is probably my favorite mascara of all time. Like of all time. This is the Benefit They're Real mascara and I love this mascara. The way it lifts up your lashes, the way it curls them and keeps them curled, the way it adds volume, the way it adds length, the way it doesn't really budge even if you wash your face 10,000 times during a day. I absolutely love this mascara. I don't think it's technically waterproof, but I love everything about this mascara. This is kind of like the mascara that's going to make your eyelashes look like they're real lashes. Like today I'm wearing my It Cosmetics Superhero mascara and I feel about it the same way, but I hate that it's not waterproof. Every time I go in to wash my face, it just runs down my face. This doesn't do that, so it's perfect in my opinion. The only thing is I have like a bajillion new unused unopened mascaras in my collection because I got myself a giant mascara kit during the Sephora VIB sale, so I am stocked for life, which is why I don't think I'm going to be repurchasing this anytime soon because I have a lot of new mascaras to kind of dig into, but once I go through all of those in like 5 years, I'll be more than happy to pick this up again because I absolutely love this mascara. Alright, up next I used up a sample of the Milk Makeup foundation, I think, and honestly speaking, it's been so long since I used it that I have no clue how I felt about this foundation. I didn't hate it. I don't remember hating it, and if I don't remember it, then obviously I don't remember loving it as well. And I know that Milk Makeup is kind of on the expensive side, so I definitely do not plan on picking that up. Then another sample that I have used up is the SK2 facial treatment essence. I know it's very, very tiny, but I still think it's a pretty generous sample because it did last me a good 10-12 days. And given how expensive SK2 products are, this was probably $20-25 worth of product that was in here. And I do have the Misha Time Revolution essence, so it was a good opportunity to kind of like compare this to that, because that is a known dupe for the SK2 essence. And I do think that these are very, very similar in their performance, and I already have that, so I don't need this in my life. This is extremely expensive. Next, another sample that I used up is the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Deep Dive Cleansing Gel. It's a very nice, interesting cleansing gel. It's very moisturizing, leaves a nice moisturizing film on your face after you're done washing your face with it. And it was okay, it was nice, but it was nothing that would make me want to leave my Jeju Volcanic Pore Cleansing Foam by Innisfree. And it's way more affordable. Obviously, it's Tarte, so it's going to be a little high priced. So again, I don't need it in my life. Up next, I used up a nail polish remover. And this is very exciting because I don't wear nail polish, as you can probably tell. And so I never really go through a product like this. And this is complete credits to my YouTube channel, because after I started my YouTube channel, I was like, maybe I should start putting some effort into my nails, especially when I was not doing full face videos. All you could see was my hands. And so I was like, maybe I should put an effort into them. And that is how I actually ended up using this. And now I'm so obsessed with the idea of press-on nails and how extremely convenient they are and how the nails never chip off, that I don't think I'm ever going to be needing another nail polish remover. And this will probably be the only nail polish remover that I've ever finished up when I die. Okay, next is another product that I am extremely proud of. This is the only blush I've ever used up, and I don't have anything in this pan that I can like show you and swatch it for you. This was a very nice cool tone blush. This was by Jillian. It was a known dupe for a very expensive Shue Mera. I don't know how to say that brand's name, but something like that. I'm going to write the brand's blush name over here, somewhere here on the screen. It's a cool tone pink, and I never thought I would like cool tone pinks. But this changed my mind entirely, so much so that I ended up finishing up the entire product. This was in my project pan last year, and I ended up finishing this up entirely in March of 2018. And it was such a nice blush. I would love to have repurchased exactly this product, but Jillian discontinued this shade. Lucky for me, No Science does also make a dupe for that Shumura blush. So I do have the exact same color in my collection now. It's just that the No Science one is a little more pigmented, and that's one of the things that I actually loved about the Jillian blush, and it might also have contributed to the fact that I used it up so fast. But this was extremely sheer, so I could build it up and up and up and up, and it would never look too much, and I would never get clown cheeks. And I love that about blushes and bronzers. I love that I can build those things up without being afraid of looking like a clown. Whereas the No Science one, I love the formula on their products and I love the brand in general, and this blush by them is amazing as well. But it's definitely on the more pigmented side, and I do have to be a little careful while using it because it can get a little clowny if I'm not very careful. So I loved using this, and I have technically repurchased it because I do have a dupe now in my collection, and it's just that they don't make it anymore. Okay, and this last product is not technically an empty, but I am absolutely done with this. This is a Tarte contour stick, a cream contour in the shade Park Avenue Princess, and it's super old in my collection, like super old, and I was already a little skeptical of putting this on my face. I added it to my project pan this year, and the first time that I went in to actually use it, and I don't know why, but I twisted it all the way up and it completely broke on me. Like if I move it right now, it's going to fall down and it's going to mess my floor. So I'm not going to do that. But anyways, it was of no use to me, and it was already too old in my collection. So even though it's not empty technically, but I am done with it, which is why it ended up here in my empties bucket. But yeah guys, that is pretty much it. Those are all the products that I recently used up. I do have a goal for my empties this year. By the end of the year, I do want to use products worth $750 at least, because I've spent so much money on makeup. I do want to see myself use up some of it. So I would love to see myself use up at least $750 worth of products this year by the end of this year. So I'm gonna write the name of the product along with its price, and at the end of the video, like right now, I'll write the total value of products that I've used up so far. I do have a few products that I used up in Pakistan in the first 3 months while I was in Pakistan, and I didn't want to travel with crap, so I threw them all there, but I do remember a few of them. So I'm definitely going to count them in this value, because obviously I did use them up, and you have to trust me that I am honest when I do that. So yeah guys, that completes today's video. Today's comment question is, what is the one product that you have recently used up? Obviously beauty product, and would you buy it again? That would be the comment question. Leave a comment down below. Let me know. I'm very interested to know. But yeah guys, that completes today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.